The truth will set you free, but first it will make you miserable. Ideas control the world. He who builds a better mousetrap has the world coming to his door. A brave man is a man who dares to look his fears in the face. The chief duty of the president is to make sure the laws are faithfully executed. The future will be determined by the ideas of the present. The best way to make a good deal is to be on the other side. A man is known by the company he keeps. Next in importance to freedom and justice is popular education, without which neither freedom nor justice can be permanently maintained. The world is all before us. We are only the pioneers of the future. I mean to make myself a man, and if I succeed in that, I shall succeed in everything else. For mere vengeance, I would do nothing. This nation is too great to look for mere revenge. Territory is but the body of a nation. The people who inhabit its hills and valleys are its soul, its spirit, its life. Poverty is uncomfortable, as I can testify, but 9 times out of 10, the best thing that can happen to a young man is to be tossed overboard and compelled to sink or swim. The air of ideas is the only air worth breathing. Justice and good government cannot be founded on fear or force. If wrinkles must be written upon our brows, let them not be written upon the heart. The spirit should never grow old. I love agitation and investigation and glory in defending unpopular truth against popular error. The truth is, I do not know what I think until I have written it down. I would rather be beaten in right than succeed in wrong. The privilege of being a citizen of the great republic carries with it the duty of accepting the responsibilities of citizenship. Things don't turn up in this world until somebody turns them up. I have had many troubles in my life, but the worst of them never came. The lessons of the past should steer us towards ensuring lasting legacies for future generations. History is the unrolled scroll of prophecy. There can be no permanent disfranchised peasantry in the United States. Liberty cannot be established without morality, nor morality without faith. The best system of education is that which draws its chief support from the voluntary efforts of the people themselves. I am trying to do to things, to be a radical and not a fool, which is a matter of no small difficulty. Whoever controls the volume of money in any country is absolute master of all industry and commerce. The elevation of the individual must precede the elevation of the race. I would rather be defeated than make capital out of my religion. A law is not a law without coercion behind it. If the power to do hard work is not a skill, it's the best possible substitute for it. Justice should remove the bandage from her eyes long enough to distinguish between the vicious and the unfortunate. The people are responsible for the character of their Congress. If that body be ignorant, reckless, and corrupt, it is because the people tolerate ignorance, recklessness, and corruption. All free governments are managed by the combined wisdom and folly of the people. The principles of free government cannot be too often repeated. Freedom can never yield its fullness of blessings so long as the law or its administration places the smallest obstacle in the pathway of any virtuous citizen. I feel a profound reverence for the man who made this country what it is. The man who controls himself controls others. An educated people can be easily governed. The men who succeed best in public life are those who take the risk of standing by their own convictions. The sacred rights of humanity are not to be rummaged for among old parchments or musty records. They are written, as with a sunbeam, in the whole volume of human nature, by the hand of divinity itself, and can never be erased. Building up character is one of the greatest works of life. The ideal college is Mark Hopkins on one end of a log and a student on the other. The ideal college is Mark Hopkins on one end of a log and a student on the other. No man can make a speech alone. It is the great human power that strikes up from 1,000 minds that acts upon him and makes the speech. I have seen the sea lashed into fury and tossed into spray, and its grandeur moves the soul of the dullest man. But I remember that it is not the billows, but the calm level of the sea from which all heights and depths are measured. The truth is that the triumphs of the human race are but the accomplishments of what seemed at first impossible. I am a poor hater. I have always found it more easy to love. The life of the nation is secure only while the nation is honest, truthful, and virtuous. The influence of woman in the country is powerful, and the influence of home, with its pure affections and noble aspirations, is one of the main supports of our republic. If you are not too large for the place you occupy, you are too small for it. We do not act rightly because we have virtue or excellence, but we rather. The political work of today is the history of tomorrow, and we are its makers. In great contests, each party claims to act in accordance with the will of God. Both may be, and one must be, wrong. The spirit of the age is the very breath of progress. Every character has an inward spring. Let Christ be the spring of yours. There is no more dangerous experiment than that of undertaking to be one thing before a man's face and another behind his back. I take the responsibility, but I shall not expect to survive it. A pound of pluck is worth a ton of luck. The sin of slavery is one of which it may be said that without the shedding of blood, there is no remission. The people are the rightful masters of both Congresses and courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert it. Evil may momentarily triumph, but it can never conquer. Great ideas travel slowly and for a time noiselessly, as the gods whose feet were shod with wool. Commerce links all mankind in one common brotherhood of mutual dependence and interests. If the power to do hard work is not talent, it is the best possible substitute for it. Where no hope is left no fear. I would rather suffer wrong than do wrong.